Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. As always, you can find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. So, why am I showing you this picture? So, I actually tried to print it this way, but it would only print this way. I even printed it again and told it to print landscape. I don't know if you could tell, I'm painting again. Did some painting. Took about 2 weeks off, but I'm finishing up my painting upstairs. So yesterday I was painting. It looks schmick. Anyway, so why am I showing you this picture? Because Harry and Meghan are demanding an apology and a meeting with King Charles before the coronation. This image is them bringing a private photographer into Buckingham Palace. They owe the royals an apology. So when they demanded this apology, a senior palace official said, if they want to get in touch with the king, they know where he lives. Okay, literally, when pigs fly, this is going to happen. What accusations have Harry and Meghan recently made against the royals and Charles? The royals are lying bullies. They forced Harry and Meghan to tell lies to protect William, the future king. They're racist against Archie. They're racist against Meghan and nearly drove her to suicide in the palace. She didn't want to just survive. She wanted to thrive. They took Meghan's passport. They held her hostage in the palace. But during this time, she took something like 17 trips out of the country with the passport that was taken from her. William married Kate for convenience, not love. That's not hurtful. And obviously their inspiration for this latest demand is Marlene Headley, Ngozi Fulani, met with Lady Susan Hussey in the palace where Lady Hussey was forced to apologize. And I wonder how that went. And I want to, read the energy on that. So let's get right into it and see what we got going on. So I think this is a bluff. Would Harry and Meghan actually skip the coronation if they didn't receive an apology? I'm calling BS on this. Okay, Harry and Meghan need to be seen rubbing shoulders with the royals and top people, or they're just nobody. Because literally all Meghan has is that she married a prince. That's it. There ain't nothing else to her. She wasn't that successful as an actress. She's not incredibly beautiful like Margot Robbie, for instance. I just saw, it's funny, I just saw the new Avatar. Boy, that movie is long, and wow, is it woke. But it's great. I mean, it was really nice, but they played like a clip, a new movie clip with Margot Robbie's going to be in it, and they made her not very attractive. I'm like, gosh, that woman is beautiful, and how do you make her not that attractive? Well, they did it. So she's really pushing the boundaries and not just playing off her beauty. Anyway, would Harry and Meghan really skip the coronation if they don't receive an apology? I doubt it. Let's see what the cards want to say. Would they really skip? 2 diamonds. Oh, 6 spades. Yeah. Big change. Okay. Yeah, they're working it, baby. So the outcome card here is going to play a key role. So I was very interested to see if this would be like 2 spades or 10 spades or something like that. We do have a 6 spades here, which is incubus succubus. But here underneath, hiding underneath, we have the 7 clubs, permanent family. Their bread and butter is casting aspersions against the royals and the royal family. And without them, they literally have nothing. This is a money-making affair. So I think they really need to go. So the the 10 clubs here says they're just working it. This is just, they're just working it and working it and working it. And the way to silence them is to cut them off, cut them out. So what do we have here? And I think Harry's born a prince, so I don't think his prince title can actually be taken away. But they can forbid Harry and Meghan from using these titles. And then he'll actually be just Harry. 2 diamonds. They're committed to going. 6 spades, but they're bitter and angry. And 6 spades is the lying card. It's the lying card and the selfishness card and the bad relationship. They're committed to going, but they have a bad relationship. And they're constantly attacking them. 9, 11, 3 clubs. And they're just saying this. I think they're just saying this. They're creating conflict because that's what they do. Behind roses, it's all about the appearance. Just like that lady Marlene Headley, it's all about the appearance. They're cry bullies. They want to always appear to be the victims. There's a thing called DARVO, D-A-R-V-O, which is deny, attack, and reverse victim and attacker. And that's what Meghan is doing. She is a cry bully. She is the attacker. She's constantly attacking the royal family and yet claiming to be a victim. And it's all about appearance. And that's what Ngozi Fulani is doing. All she does is attack and cry racism and pretend to be the victim, but she's actually a cry bully. She's actually the one attacking. Lady Hussey didn't do anything, and I hope she's restored. Hand in hand, virtue signaling in front of all the people, and this is something that needs to be done now. It's just a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to say, we would like an apology, because it casts them as the victim. Big change. I think they're getting more than they bargained for by saying this. This is creating a bigger problem for them. Strength, strongly rooted. The royal family is like unmoved, never complain, never explain. They're just like a rock sitting there. That's what this strength card is like. Hopes and fears. They're hoping for action, and they're just working it. So the outcome card here is very important. They're just working it. They're working and working and working. They'll do this, they'll try that. And I worked with lawyers a lot, and they just attack. And it doesn't matter what the attack is, they're making the opponent respond. And that's what's going on here. They're just working it. They attack. And it just seems so petty, but you can't ignore these attacks. And it monopolizes their time, monopolizes their energy, and exhausts your opponent and creates openings for that eventually you win. And if you just allow yourself to keep getting attacked and you never attack back, you're going to lose. Okay, and that's also chess, and I'm a high-level chess player. So I don't see them not going. I really don't. This is just what they do. They attack the royals. Let's look at Charles and Harry and Meghan. Is there really any possibility that he would sit down with them or apologize? I do believe that them making some kind of a gesture, the royals making a gesture, because they always want to take the higher ground. It's all about appearance. Okay, what happened with Lady Hussey? She didn't do anything wrong, but she was immediately dismissed. Okay, and then she had to do this apology tour bullshit. Okay, she actually didn't do anything wrong. That's all for appearance. I don't think they believe she's done anything wrong. And I don't think, literally no one believes that Lady Hussey is racist or that she was racist toward Marlene Headley. Nobody believes that, including Marlene Headley. It's all just appearance. So they might be willing to make a gesture for appearance's sake. Let's look at Charles and Harry and Meghan. Charles and Harry and Meghan. What's the energy? What is he willing to do? 2 diamonds. Charles. Harry and Meghan. see, I've washed my hands too much today. Very dry. Charles and Harry and Meghan. Okay. They want Harry and Meghan, they want everybody to love them. And, you know, if you want your lover to come back, you push them away. I think they're using that psychology. 10, 12, 3 spades. Constant conflict. They're not like the royals. They're better than the royals. And they're staying away. Okay, we're upset. We're staying away. We're the aggrieved party. So any possibility of an apology. Okay. What's going on with Charles? Decisions in front of the whole world. He's committed to making these, he has to make these decisions in front of the whole world. 15, 4 clubs. And he has to deal with this event because it's happening now. Secretly underlying this is the karmic relationship. Wow, what a crazy spread. And I always clear my cards before I read them. So what do we have? Is there any possibility? He has to do something. He will do something. Okay, so I think a gesture is possible. They're just standing aloof and pretending to be the aggrieved party. So let's get the sticks out here. Yes, no, yes, no. All right, we have to clear them. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Okay, I hope you can see that. They're clear. Okay. Would Charles be willing to meet with the dynamic duo? That's a definite maybe. I hope you can see that. Maybe. Okay. So he's open to that possibility. Will he make a gesture toward them? Yes, he's going to make a gesture. Would he actually make an apology? Would he actually make an apology? Charles would make an apology to Harry and Meghan. He's actually open to this. Okay, so, all right, so that's what we're seeing. So what we're seeing is Charles is open to a meeting. He's even open to making an apology, which I think is a terrible idea. But he's looking at a gesture. I think they're going to settle on a gesture. So he's, this 2 diamonds, he's committed to, taking the higher ground in front of the world. And they're very committed and stubborn about being victims. And so I don't think he should give in at all. And I hope you could see the sticks working on the video. So we have Lady Hussey sitting down with Marlene Headley. And wow, what a mess. I just want to look at the energy of Lady Hussey and Marlene Headley in this meeting. Okay, because I don't believe she's making any kind of real apology. I don't think she's contrite, Lady Hussey. I don't think she did anything wrong. I think the public is really siding with her and looking at Headley as a race grifter because she took on a crazy African name, which apparently Fulani is a slaver's name, a black slaver's name. So she didn't research the new name that she took on very well. She wears all kinds of disparate, Africa's huge. It's 3 times the size of the continental United States. It's enormous. Okay, and there's a lot of different countries there and a lot of different cultures represented. So she just does this. Her dress was just a hodgepodge and a random mishmash of clothing, African clothing, but it didn't really represent anything, any particular place in Africa. Okay, and maybe that's why she was so evasive when Lady Hussey asked her where she was from, because she was wearing that elaborate costume. So let's look at Hussey and Marlene Headley. What was the energy there? Lady Hussey, everything, foundation. Notice there's no hearts there. Marlene Headley, Oh, yeah. Wow. Look at how emotional that is. What is the energy of this? Well, this is very interesting. Lady Marlene Headley, ruler, she won, baby. I won. I got you, Hussey. I got you. I won. I won this one. 13, 14. And everybody saw it. Butterfly. The whole world saw it. I won. A nobody, an absolute nobody, I beat somebody from the royal family. I won! That's how she feels. What's going on here with Lady Hussey? Cornerstone, strength, cornucopia, 12, 23. There's no hearts here at all between either of them. She doesn't feel this. She's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. She's not sorry. Okay, this is just what you do. She's ordered to do this by the royal family. She did it, and that's it. Okay, and Headley is gloating. Ruler, she won. She feels that she won. She won this single battle, and the whole world saw it. These cards hiding underneath are interesting. 10 hearts, we have very emotional cards. 10 hearts, 8 hearts. Woman, very emotional. I'm upset. I'm offended. Okay, it's all emotion, and she does this all the time. 6 hearts, 10 clubs. She does, this is her business. She's a race grifter. Let's add this up. 32, 46. 44 would be Jack of Spades. Queen of Diamonds. This is her business, is playing on emotions. That's how she makes her money. She's not a legitimate business person. She manipulates people emotionally for profit. That's what she's doing. Yes, and crossroads. This is a very important crossroads. 14, 4 diamonds. That's interesting. The cards are saying this is important for society as a whole. This is an important crossroads for society. Lady Hussey should not be apologizing because she did nothing wrong. This lady, Marlene Headley, should not be given press. She should be ignored. Okay, when serial killers go and kill people, they try to keep their names out of the paper so that people don't know who they are, so they don't get all the press, which is what they wanted. Okay, the same should be done here. The Ngozi Fulanis, who's that white woman who dressed up as a black person and then changed her name to some crazy African name? That's the same thing. Juicy Smollett, these people should be ignored and buried. But anyway, yeah, that's interesting because there's no love. She's just doing because she has to, and Marlene Headley is gloating. She won. This is a business for her. Okay, like somebody who's running an insurance scam, constantly gets hit, gets rear-ended, backs into people and then pretends their neck is injured. That's what Marlene Headley is doing. She's like that. What does the palace think of the next Netflix docu-horror series? I just want to see what are they feeling? What are their reactions? What's the energy around in the palace? Because a lot of stuff is coming out. I mean, we can go over microscopically allegations. Like, one of the things they said is William married Kate just for convenience, not for love. Well, they look to be in love. They are good partners. They really cooperate, and that stuff really matters. I mean, if one of the partners is completely useless and not pulling their weight, that affects things, okay? And the biggest reason that people break up is money. Okay, well, there's money problems. One is just spending all the money, or there's not enough money, or, So what you do really matters in a relationship, and Will and Kate obviously do their part. Both are pulling their weight, and that's really important, and they work well together. So what does the palace think of the Netflix docu-horror series? What kind of reactions are we getting? Oh, no. No is in no. No. Okay. Jack of Clubs and Karmic Ship, they're afraid that this could really change things for the royal family, and it definitely hurts them. And this is very important, what's happening. They're taking this very seriously. This is very important. This could create radical change in the British monarchy. And we've seen over and over, in Europe and lots of places, the monarchies just fall. They collapse. When they become unpopular enough, they just collapse. 10, 12, and 11, 23, 6 clubs. So they're trying not to let this become a disaster that destroys the royal family. Stop the deep-rooted royal family. So they realized, 1925, they're just taking shots at the royal family, and this is so serious that it could ultimately destroy the royal family. So if they get, and Harry and Meghan realize this, if they get enough negativity out there, enough allegations, and people become outraged enough, this could topple the royal family, and they could cease to exist, and William could never become king. Okay, it could all just come crashing down. It could all just, and the same with the United States. If you do dumb enough stuff long enough, like you just leave the border open and then you're just spending money like you're a crackhead and your name is Brandon, everything could just come collapsing down in a heartbeat. And in 2008, not to get political, but this is not political, in 2008, we had the housing crash. And Barack Obama bailed out the banks for $900 trillion, I think it's trillion dollars. $900 trillion. The economies of all of the whole world would have collapsed if the banks had not stayed afloat. That would have been worse than the 1929 crash. That's how quickly this stuff happens. So they're very concerned that it can all come crashing down in a moment, in an instant, when everybody is asleep at the switch and like, no, my house is worth so much money. No, it's not. It's suddenly worth less than half that. And then 2 days later, it's worth like a quarter of what you paid for it. So, and the economies can just collapse, and the royal family can just disappear in an instant. So let's review. Would they skip the coronation? No, I really don't think so. I really don't think so. That's all they have, is showing up next to these important people. What is Charles thinking? He is thinking about a gesture. Okay, this bothers me. Charles is actually open to making an apology, and Charles is actually open to meeting with the dynamic duo, Harry and Meghan. I think that's weakness. I don't think the Queen would do that. I don't think William would do that. And I hope William is like, no, absolutely not. I hope that's his reaction. Lady Hussey, sitting with the race grifter, Marlene Headley. No feelings. Marlene Headley is gloating. She makes a business out of manipulating people emotionally. So, interesting reading. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you like.